NFTs क्या है, NFTs को बेचे कैसे और NFTs को इतनी वैल्यू क्यों है, ऐसे हजारों सवाल मुझे हर रोज पूछे जाते हैं. And that's the reason I am bringing you this podcast called To the Moon, powered by Elite NFT Studio, where we will talk to NFT creators, collectors, enthusiasts, and learn about this space in detail. So let's begin with the episode 1, where we talk with Adri Mukund, who is verified creator on BusiBeast NFT Marketplace and founder of TNDL project. He's talked about how he got rejected before and then got verified on the platform, and then how he made sales worth lakh rupees. Let's begin. So I know you guys were very, like keen to learn about NFTs, and that's why we are starting this podcast called To the Moon, where we bring my friends from NFT scene, artists, collectors, everyone is there. We will bring them on board and we'll talk to them about their journey. And today, for the first ever episode of To the Moon, we have with us Adri Mukund, verified creator on BusiBeast NFT Marketplace, one of my coolest friends in NFT scene. And just the fun fact, he was able to create the community of more than like 60 people within what, like 2-3 months, and that's the best community I have ever been in. So Adi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I am good as well. So yeah, today what we are going to talk about is your journey in NFT space, and what we are like, what are you planning to do in future, etc., etc. So tell us about yourself, how you got into NFTs, how old are you, what are you doing right now, everything.
Okay, cool. So, hey all, I'm Adri Mukund, and I think I started my NFT journey around 7 months ago. And I started with Polygon. So, I actually didn't know much about the NFT space and stuff. So, I just wanted to get a piece of the whole cake. So, I just went into whatever is affordable as because Polygon was free. That was my first choice. And I stepped there without knowing how to sell NFTs, how NFTs work, and I just minted like 50, 60 pieces, I think, and I just expected it to just sell just like that. And then for a month or something, I was sulking on that, and nothing happened. So from there, I was like, okay, this is not the right approach. Then I took everything down from there, and then I started looking for alternatives. So I was fortunate enough to see Visual Demon. He's a friend of mine from college. So he was actually minting stuff on this platform called WazirX. And when I saw that he's doing this and he's getting sales, I applied for WazirX NFT then. So when I did, I rejected like at least 5 times. And then later, when I finally got accepted, I started minting. And I released my first NFT on last Halloween. And that piece, it didn't sell fast. I mean, it took like 1 or 2 weeks. And then when it sold for like $2. So $2 is like, oh, what? Small,
समझ सकते हैं यार, yeah, yeah.
exactly. But that is what got my whole NFT journey started. So though it was $2, I started getting more visibility that okay, already people have bought from this guy and he might be legit. So from there I started minting regularly. So WazirX, since that was the only platform I knew and that was the only place where I could mint because I was not experienced with ETH or Solana, Tez at that time. So I started minting regularly over there. Slowly I minted like I started minting daily, and then slowly sales also started coming up. I was like increasing my base price from $2 to $5 very gradually. Like it was small jumps, but eventually we took it from 2 to 8 to 10 like that to 20, and from there we went on. And then yeah, I started my journey like that on the Binance chain. So once this was done, I wanted to launch a project. So I saw many people have this, what do you say, wish for having a PFP project of their own. So now I couldn't go for this 10K, 20K, these, huge collections. So I was initially planning to bring something new to the market, and I didn't have any, what do you say, idea at that time, but I had something that was going on. So I had a constant canvas. So I always use a vertical canvas, which is, I mean, I'm a pattern artist, so I usually my works revolve around wallpapers. So I had a fixed canvas, and you know that PFP projects, they are always square. So I
हाँ.
wanted to break that barrier that okay, you can also have a PFP project that is vertical, like a mobile phone wallpaper kind of thing.
Like 3:4 or
So
16 is to like 9:16 kind of a thing.
yeah. So then what I did is that okay, even if I make something like that, people should be able to use it as their wallpaper. So I did the math, I adjusted the dimension there in a way that there's something that will automatically, like, it will be a proper, what do you say, wallpaper. But if you were to set it as PFP, it'll automatically crop it down to that certain dimensions when you put it. So that is how I dropped my project called TNDL, the nails done long. And I initially dropped 5 pieces, didn't get much of a great response for like 1 or 2 weeks. But then we started getting sales. At that time, I used to sell it for like 5 Osiris, which is what, $2 now, I think, each
Just
piece.
sorry to cut you off, but guys, the TNDL is the project that I was talking about earlier, like which has greatest community. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we started selling at that time at like $5 per piece, and then all the 5 pieces got sold out. And then I started releasing more like in sets of five. So we started slowly building that one up, and those were the basic nails. So just the most common ones. And then later I just had a crazy idea, which I thought, okay, I'll just give it a swing. And then I invited like 5 creators. So I told them, hey, come, work on my project, do something, do whatever you want, but don't break these certain set of rules, these dimensions, etc. And then put your style into it. And then I think the first set of artists were Kiran, Ubaid, Dream, and then we have Sulekha and a few more. So we had many creators come in, and then this I think was one of the first collaborations for a collection kind of thing. So we've seen derivatives and all happen for projects, but this was actually a part of the collection itself. So now we launched the first collab batch, and then that itself got a lot of traction to the TNDL whole project as a whole. And then after that, we started releasing more common nails, and then like that, we started releasing more and more nails. So initially, without knowing, we crossed the 50 mark, and then we are like, okay, we need to do more. So we had then planned to, okay, let's do a bit more, and then we'll stop. And then this went on. So and then we touched 3 collab batches with which has a lot of artists. So first one, second one, and the third one we tried something different yet again. So we tried to mix in 3 different artists, and then we put that as one piece. And then like that, once the third batch was over, TNDL was done, and I swear, man, by the end of it, the last batch, we had one of the craziest bid wars, like one of the top nails going up to I think point 0.5 BNB, and yeah, that is how the whole
Point
community came.
0.5 BNB is guys somewhere around $200. So that's the
Yeah.
journey from $2 to $200 within
Mm.
like span of 4-5 months. And I have seen the hard work this guy did, like going into spaces, talking about it every single time. And that's not like easy to do. लोगों को लगता है कि NFT बेचना is बहुत easy काम, but the effort that artists put in it is crazy. So you talked about, most of the people make this same mistake of starting on Polygon and going through that phase as well, right? So like, what was your mindset when you thought कि यार हाँ Polygon पर करना है, and how you realized that it was a mistake, so that people who will be making these mistakes won't make it.
So first of all, Polygon isn't like illegal factor or something. Don't think like that.
Yeah.
The the only thing is that when you mint on Polygon, always collectors have that first resistance, saying that okay, this is free. Like to mint it, it's free. So is the artist taking it from somewhere and throwing it there? So that is the first thing. And usually when you look at Polygon, you see low quality works in general. But there are definitely a lot of amazing artists who put their work on Polygon as well. So it totally depends on the collector. And as far as I see, OpenSea itself, it's hard to get an ETH sale as well. So, Polygon is like the other factor because you have to warp your ETH into Polygon, right? So WETH. So that again, that builds a second level of resistance. So if you're starting off, I'd say that Polygon, just study it a bit more, and then if you're putting your works there, it's more about how you market yourself, how you speak in spaces, and those kind of factors. So I did nothing back then. So I got zero sales in Polygon, and then depending on the blockchain, of course, your journey will differ for a bit. If you're starting off on Tezos, it's a whole different thing. You will be completely based on editions. And if you're starting on Binance, it will be a bit more like you will put your works up for a bit more cheaper than usual. And there are many factors which play on each platform.
Yeah, right. But on Polygon, what I also have like देखा है मैंने कि trading volume is बहुत low rather than any other chains. So that also you need to like, my go-to, like if someone asks me कि I am new to this scene, where to start, my like andha opinion will be go to BSC. Any
Yeah,
platform on BSC will be like right choice. Create your audience there, move to various different platforms, try that. That will
definitely.
be
I mean, Yeah.
Yeah.
If not, if BSC is a bit more like out of your pocket, then you can even try go for Tezos. Tezos is like dirt cheap to mint.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah, you can.
NFTs are also then there are like kind of cheaper than on the BSC blockchain.
Yeah, NFTs on Tezos are cheap because there are a lot of editions minted there. So most
Right.
of these platforms work on editions. So what collectors aim there is to get a piece of, that piece of that art. They don't really
Get the
need the whole.
whole art. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Got it. So yeah, talking about TNDL. That's the
Hmm.
best thing that has happened to me in NFT space.
Hmm.
And thanks for to you for that. But I met many people, like I created nice friends. Dream was my friend earlier, like he told me to buy it. But once I bought it, I created friends like BusiBeast, Being Mystique, everyone in the community, right? I didn't try, like I was afraid to talk to Tarini. I was like, she's very, professional and something like that. I was like that in that mindset. But got to be friends with Tarini as well. Tarini Khanna is one of like top creators in Indian scene. So yeah. So how did you create like project successful होना is fine. Okay.
Hmm.
Project बेच देते हैं लोग.
Hmm.
But how did you created that community which is now self-sustaining? We don't need you, dude. We will self-sustain even if you leave.
I know.
So
I know.
so how did you create that? No offense to you, but पर ठीक
Yeah,
है.
got it.
Yeah.
No worries. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the community is something that I barely didn't expect. So, I'll tell you the journey of our Discord server. So, we started off our Discord server only for the creators at this time, because at that time when we were doing collaborations, right, with
Hmm.
the TNDF. So, we had built the Discord only for that, so that okay, the new creators who come in, the collaborators, they can actually come see the files, download this, download that, ask questions. It was just for that. And I think after the first batch was done, we are like, okay, we have very few collectors as well. We'll bring them in also. So we segregated, okay, creators, collectors, like that. And usually, mostly our creators were collectors as well back then
Yeah.
also. So at that time, we started off like that, and slowly we saw, okay, this is like a small group of 4 to 5 friends, I guess. And then we were talking there regularly because at that time, other than WazirX, I don't think there was any other dominant Discord server. So from there, we started talking there, and then the more we what do you say the and then we opened the yeah as I said the Discord was open, so we are bringing in all our collectors, and then after seeing that okay there's a closed community, people feel that okay they are already missing out on something because most of the general Discord servers are open to everyone, though it might have like certain roles and certain servers which are only accessible to maybe VIPs or those kind, still like that it was still accessible to the general public,
Got
so
it, got it. Like
what
there is
yeah.
like kind of holders lobby or people who
Yeah.
are like crazy, active on the server. You have like special channel for those,
Yeah.
but it is accessible to everyone. Anyone can join.
The general thing is that you have some access to it, but what we did here is that we made something you can't touch
Yeah,
unless you are a holder.
yeah, and
And
like
yeah,
the gossips that I get in that server are like crazy, dude. Like, I got busy with Elite for like some time, like a month or so, and I was missing it so much. I wanted to be in all the sessions, but I can't. And then I was like, month. जब भी आया वापस I was like, okay, give me like what happened in last month. So yeah, that like I really appreciate you being what you're 19, right? 18, 19.
I was 17.
Okay, okay, he's 17, guys. Okay, uh, being at 17, you were able to create the community which is now self-sustaining. Yeah, it's not like a big, huge 10,000 people ka community. It's small, it's sweet, it's cute, and we all are friends there. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's I really appreciate that. Okay,
I mean, yeah. Our objective was to never would say go on a huge scale. Our objective was to make a small community that is tight knit, and
yeah.
we somehow did that. That our goal was never to actually have like 10,000 people. I mean, I wouldn't remember 10,000 different names myself. So what's the point in that?
Right. And it is really great. I really appreciate you for that. So coming to the point when you got verified, like you got blue tick, like that gives some kind of validation. Like for me it does. Like that's where like in all my interviews or everything I do on my Twitter, etc., I've mentioned it because that's like something that gives us validation. So like what was your experience when you got it? Like what did you thought of it? Because I know you have been struggling a lot by दे दो भाई क्या कर रहे हो यार हो गया 1000 का सेल हो गया है. So what was your like what was your struggle as well? and how did you felt when it like you got it?
So I was someone who was aiming for the blue tick from day one of me joining on WazirX. But and then I started like counting each of my sales every day. Okay, I got this much sales. I'm this close to this, you know. But then what happened is I was almost there. At the starting of WazirX, to get a blue tick, you had certain criteria, and along with 700 WazirX worth of sales to match. So once you do that, you will be eligible for the blue tick. Though that it's not confirmed. So I was trying to match that, and I was like around 670, 680 WazirX. I was done out of 700. Okay, and then what happened was WazirX changed the criteria right after I was this close, and then it was changed to I think 1,000 USD worth of sales or something.
And
So
now
and then
it's
that's the time.
2000, I guess.
Yeah, not 2,000 is for collectors. For creators, I think it's around 1,000. So
Okay.
now what happened is 1,000 USD. This is the time where WazirX fell down the token. So now the 600 was lyrics of what I made. That was like 400 USD or less than that. So now it was like I had to double, triple, or to match that criteria again. I was like, at that point, I gave up for once or something, and I was like, okay, let's see. And then I started going on a minting streak. I was like minting 2 pieces a day or something just to match up that sales. And then I started, I almost reached that criteria again. And then again, you saw that WazirX dip. And then I realized, oh, I'm messing up because I was minting on the WazirX token. I should mint on the BNB token. So that was the mistake which I made then. And then I was like, okay, now I'll do this. And then I started getting sales there. And then once that was done, I met the criteria, everything. But then what happened is I applied for the blue tick one first time. And then what happened is, so that time, the very next day, I think, both of the tokens, it fell down like drastically again. So I thought that they are going to consider the blue tick like at the moment of applying. But no, that wasn't the case. It is at the moment of they replying to us. So with that, I was rejected for the first time. This happened for the second time as well. And I think third or fourth time, my application went through. They didn't respond anything. I just refreshed my WazirX page and I just got a blue tick. I was like, okay, finally it's worth it. But then after that was done, I realized something. Blue tick doesn't matter. Don't run behind it.
नहीं
After
यार,
I got the
नहीं, but it was like, you struggled for it a
it
lot.
is. But that heat on that's not worth it. And
Hmm.
this blue tick, right? You'll see a lot of creators with blue tick, a lot of collectors with blue tick who are not regular. But yeah, this blue tick, it doesn't signify much. It doesn't what do you say define you as a creator or collector. It is
Yeah.
just there. It's
Validation.
like,
It's just validation.
yeah, you could say that. I mean, but one thing I just keep telling my fellow creators who are aiming for the blue tick, right? I just tell them that, okay, don't worry, even if you don't have it, your art is still great. Nothing, I mean,
Okay.
you can't expect a one-of-one artist to like, what do you say, meet that criteria in what 5 pieces. I mean, it is possible, but not every one-of-one artist will have that, no? Though
Right.
their art is much better than those who are launching like 10,000 pieces of, mixed match generative art. So, yeah.
Okay, so for me, when I got blue tick, was like, me, Manish, Fresco, RIP Farhan, we were like second gen, creators. By
Yeah.
second gen, I mean like हमारे पहले जो थे, they were like, बड़े artists like Vimal Chandran and all. They were the people who were on board. Vimal Chandran, Prasad Bhatt, and everyone like those people were on board. And we were the first people who were no one in the art scene and have joined Wazirax. And for us, it was like, okay, we made sales and we never thought कि हमें blue tick मिलेगा, because it was like, it was reserved for people who are really famous, who have their own art style, who have been doing art for 10 years. And then suddenly कुछ UI changes हो गए WazirX में, and उसके बाद कुछ पता नहीं है किसी को कि ऐसे होने वाला है, क्या होने वाला है, and blue tick आ गया. And me and Manish was is my best friend in NFT scene. As in, I talk to him a lot about things, what's happening. So, we were like, "Bhendi, ye ho kya gaya?" And we were so excited. We were so excited. And we were so happy at that time. But then after us, when you guys came in, you Dream, I consider you guys because you joined later after us. So we consider that then you guys knew कि ये criteria है to follow to get the blue tick. We never expected to get it, so we never targeted for that thing. But when you came in, you knew कि ये करो blue tick मिलेगा, and hence you were like, हाँ ये करते हैं ताकि हमें ये मिले. I guess that was the reason behind it. So going ahead, what do you have like? let's say you told us about yourself, you told us how TNDL started, how the community works, and you have been doing a lot of things here, right? So what are your plans for future, and what will you be doing? Like, what are the new collections, what are the new things that you're planning to do?
So as of now, I'm just trying to expand to other platforms. So recently, I've tried to get into the ETH platform, and I'm trying to work on my one-of-ones there. So I have been on a journey of discovering my own art style and my own signature style, if you'd say. And I've been working on that, and that is my main target now. I don't have any intention of dropping like 10, 15 different collections. That will come in time. So as of
Okay.
now, it's just
Like
self-discovery.
patterns and all, like I know you because of your patterns, so you are
Yeah,
doing one-on-one of patterns, right?
yeah, exactly.
Got it. Like, check out, guys. Link will be in the description for OpenSea, etc. I don't know if collectors will watch it. Like, we are trying it out, but still, if you want to buy out,
Definitely.
links will be in description. And yeah, so like for me, no, that's the thing that I am not able to do at the moment. Like,
Hmm.
if you see on Vazirex, I'm big, I'm huge, great. But if you go to OpenSea, if you go to Foundation, I'm no one there. Like,
Yes, yeah.
yeah, that's the thing that I am not able to do it. But
Hmm.
Fresco has done it really great.
Hmm.
Fresco is the one I look up to. Fresco Arts, he is also one of the top creators in India, and uh, he has done it so well. Like, he is working on BSC, he's working on ETH, he's working on client projects. He's doing so much, and we will get
Yeah.
him on board as well sometime for the interview and learn about his story. Stay tuned, subscribe for more, and whatever it is, follow करो, subscribe करो, क्योंकि पता नहीं है ये सब जगह पे जाएगा. So Instagram पे है तो follow करो, YouTube पे तो subscribe करो. But yeah, we will talk about him as well. But he is able to do that. He
Hmm.
expand his art to various different platforms like Foundation हो गया, Rarible हो गया, OpenSea. I'm not able to do it, but I guess listening to you guys, listening to your stories, I might get motivation to do that as well. So yeah, let's see. But coming to the last question or last point of it, what will be the advice of yours for the people who want to start it out, like in the scene? What will be your advice? Because most of the people look towards NFT as like a cash grab thing or quick
Hmm.
money, 25 दिन में पैसा double. So what will be your advice for those people?
So initially, when you start off in the NFT space, right, just do a bit of study yourself, and before you do anything, get yourself a hardware wallet. First advice. So without that, don't start your journey. Get yourself a hardware wallet. Once you do that, do a bit of search and study a bit about smart contracts. Learn what you can do, what you can't do. Because I mean, just one click in the NFT space is good enough for all your funds to be washed away.
Yeah.
So be careful
So
about
what
that.
is,
Have
for just for the audience? I don't know, like what will be the audience. So what is hardware wallet?
So a hardware wallet is essentially something that stores your private keys. So now what this means is that when you make a hot wallet or MetaMask wallet, so what happens is that your private keys or it's basically your password
Hmm.
that will be saved in the cookies of the browser. So if any hacker tries and then he gets access to your browser or your email, and then they are able to get into these cookies and take out your seed phrase, right? These 12, 24, 15 words, then they will be able to get a hold of all your funds, all your assets, and then they can just whitewash you out anytime. So
Got it.
don't give that a chance. So now
Got
what a
it.
hardware wallet does is that now any transaction that goes through, your private keys are locked inside your hardware wallet. So what it does, it only allows you to sign the transaction. The signature is the only thing that goes through it. So that way
Okay.
your private keys are safe. But still, if you sign a wrong contract, you are done anyways. So you just
Yeah,
have to be
that is
careful about that.
also important. This is hardware wallet. That's what I like when you said it. I was like, okay, need to show it because yeah, this thing is expensive. Like, it is 17 MB pen drive kind of a thing for 17,000 rupees.
Yeah. So
So
I personally use two hardware wallets just in case anybody wants to see.
yeah, SafePal and Ledger, I guess.
Yeah, these both. So initially, I bought my SafePal before I got hacked once, and then I didn't. I thought that okay, you can't recover. You have to start a new wallet. So I just used it as my vault, and then my hot wallet, which was my wallet with all my creative accounts, like my WazirX NFT and all, those got hacked. So I had to migrate it to another wallet. So I bought a new ledger, and then I had to do all that. So don't let it come to that stage. Buy a ledger first. Buy
Yeah,
a ledger of SafePal, anything.
Yeah, also like from me, the advice, like ending note will be like, NFTs are not a cash grab. It is something which you will be using a lot in coming days. So yeah, do your own research as Adri said, and keep rocking. It was To the Moon, powered by Elite NFT Studio, and it was nice to talk to you, Adri. Thanks for coming on a single call. So yeah, thanks.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yep, cool.